understand. The guy I'm, the guy was the, the guy I sleep with at the work. He snores really loud, but I guess everybody told the manager that she snores too much, and I end up sleeping at the same time slot. But what can I say? I cannot say anything, right? And I guess that's the reason why. Um, that's the reason why the younger guy was kind of banging on the locker. I was thinking, what? I was sleeping. I heard like a banging in the locker, and why was like a why was like a banging in the locker, and that was because uh, you know everybody snores, but this one particular guy, he snores so loud, he wakes himself up. But I don't think I snore. I just get knocked out. But I was thinking, why did they put me with this guy? He snores really loud. But I didn't. I couldn't exactly pinpoint why I end up sleeping with him. It's because everybody else told the manager, I guess, that he snores too much. But what can I do, right? I'm the toughest guy there, right? So I have to like deal with it, right? And but everybody snores. But I think I snore too. But I cannot snore because of everybody else snores. So I sleep half. Um, I- you kind of you get knocked out to a point. You sleep half. It's no noisy, so you sleep only half. So I figured out why he bangs on the locker, and I figured out why I end up sleeping with the person that snores the loudest. He snores really loud, really, really loud. He wakes himself up, then he quiets down, and he wakes himself up, quiets down like that. But anyway, I just have to deal with it because, you know, I think it's something I could deal with because then, I just end up being the toughest guy, right? But I could deal with that. It's no big deal. If something that I cannot deal with, then I would have to tell him that he just snores too loud, too much. But well, you know what? What can we do, right? Um, anyway, I talk about um, talk about I could use earplugs. If I need I could use the earplugs, but just closing your eyes and resting is sufficient. Um, but but if you get so tired, you don't even care about how loud it gets. You just get knocked out half. So yeah, I just deal with it like that. But I think everybody told him that he's too loud. He's like really really loud. Anyway, I have to tell the people in USA. Oh, I cannot practice unicycle because I practiced a little bit about 5 minutes um 3 days ago, and I think it could go up the hill. I think it probably go up the hill, but my back. I have to watch my back because getting off and getting on. Like, you put shock. When you step down, you have to kind of put your feet hard on the ground, and it sends a shock to your back. I don't want to hurt my back, so I cannot do that. Plus, I'm learning a lot right now about my work. and I'm on diet, and it's a lot going on. So I don't want to strain my body, or I might even hurt my back. So I'm not gonna chance it. But people in America here, I think if I send if I send here everybody knows, and if I wanted to turn it, if I wanted to turn it, or do some make something happen, I could. It will happen because imagine me if I send everybody in Korea to Lake of Fire. People at the apartment, people, at the security, they will, something will happen, right? Definitely something will happen. Like, we were going to Lake of Fire, and he's working as security guard. He's there. What's at the Kodok apartment? Something will happen. At the my fellow security working co-worker, something will happen in there. But so I'm just trying to figure out why in America nothing's happening. I think it's because they're watching YouTube, they're watching a movie, and it's less less impact. When you get a call, it's less impact. When you read a letter, it's less impact. When you watch a movie, it's less impact. It's when you personally show up, it's it's, the impact is strong. I think maybe that's the reason why in America the impact is not strong enough. But I have to tell them. I have to tell them that the people that's listening to Holy Spirit's voice on the radio, and the people that's listening to my YouTube at the Eye Ear Center of USA, you're all going to Lake of Fire position, right? And your replacement, your copy will come out, and your copy will be given the second chance. If he makes it, then you come out, and you become him. You take his memory, right? Whereas if he doesn't make it, then he just dies, and you go to Lake of Fire. I have to tell you that again, because I think the impact is not there. The impact. So the longer you go, the impact is less. Right? Then come next year, November, October, then you might get excited again. So it's like the frog in warm water, or people that's going through bankruptcy. They don't realize they're losing money, and they just sit at their home, foreclosed home. So I have to make the video. You have to riot. You have to do riot. Look at Bans. Look at these Chinese American people. They're going to hell, or they're going to Lake of Fire, because they're Chinese Americans, right? They're Americans. They're American. I hear people. But I gave that responsibility to fake Kim Gon-mo, right? Fake Kim Gon-mo. So I don't think about it. I don't have to worry about it. But it's whatever he decides. But I think he's a good guy. But there's as much as I need to think, oh, he's a good guy, probably be okay. But later on, they all went to hell and Lake of Fire. It wasn't my decision, right? It's not that important. But I turned it over to fake Kim Gon-mo. Whatever, he's Chinese. Whatever the Chinese person thinks, it's gonna be done. Not what I think. But and with the higher center in America, it's whatever Holy Spirit, Uju, and System 4 thinks. I just explain it to you, the mathematics and the logic. Yeah. Probably gonna pick up Hong Zan because he's the is a worst, pick up worst, pick up best, and pick up worst. Pick up people at two ends, right? Because of variety, like rainbow, right? But Holy Spirit's involved, and involved in the judgment. You guys are getting judged, and Lake of Fire is there, and the memory erase is real. Maybe memory erase, maybe, but sometimes you might think, how can that be such an ugly Korean guy, Chinese guy, you know, like me? How can he take over Hollywood? How can he? How can that? It's hard to believe, but you have to believe the ESP, right? ESP. I don't know, ask Saya or ask Yukirin or ask the 5-star, ask Cheongbok, ask you have to maybe ask beautiful girl, or ask as in, why do I like him? I really like him. I really like Nick. It's the ESP, right? It's probably because a lot of the dancing and stuff was done with ESP when I lost all the weight. And my ESP shot through the glasses mirror. And when they got my ESP, and they looked at me dancing, they thought they couldn't believe how perfect I was, right? So that was the problem with ESP. But now they might be like, how is that possible? Look at this guy. Doesn't look good at all, But that's kind of I don't know how to prove that, because other than the Spider-Man, or I think I already talked about it already, right? FBI erased all the memory of millions and millions of people, and these I think hundreds of millions of people, right? All the Korean American college kids' memories erased. All the Korean American families' memories erased. All the people in Koreatown's memories erased. It's like over 1 million people, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million people. But if you do the math, they could do it. I think they finished it in March of 2012. They finished it, erasing the memory. So isn't hundreds of, I think millions of people working at the IR Center now? When you look around, is there thousands of people working at the IR Center at your working, at your current place? So when you correlate that to everything, you tell yourself it's possible. They erase the memory. Then what are you really doing? What are you really doing? You're not really doing anything, right? You're just, people have something in their ear, they just bang, they do what? But what is Will really doing? What is Troy really doing? They're not doing anything. They just have something in their ear and they're getting. What are they doing? They're not. What is Serpentja doing? They're not really doing anything. Right? What's the purpose of that? So you have to kind of use your head. It was a genocide that never happened. I'm telling everybody, Korea is Chinese people. So if you cannot add 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3, you're going to Lake of Fire. If you think 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus is 2 instead of 3, you don't want to think the reality. So you have to be able to process information, or you're going to Lake of Fire. You want to rather believe false answer than what is the real answer. I know that Clay's daughter really likes me, and she's a teenager. I'm, 50 years old. I don't look that good right now, but that's through the ESP, my voice and the ESP, right? Not my physical. Right? Yeah, right now my head is big. Right? I have a little bit of fat right here. Right? This fat makes my head look big. I have fat here. Makes my face look long, right? And I have fat here. I have fat on my head. So it makes this big like that, all big like that. Now you can see my vein here. So the Asian people, when they get fat, they Asian people have slight small nose, little indentation, small indentation. So when they get fat, that they look like a big basketball when they get fat. So anyway, it's with the ESP, right? So so if you cannot do the math, with your sound mind, if you think 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, not 3, or you think it's 1 or 2 or whatever you think you wish to believe, you're going to Lake of Fire. You have to riot. I don't know, break the computers and riot and fight. Call the other IERs and the people and